walk down to the beach.
The old cemetery up on the hill?
Not the very old one, the other one. It's on the left-hand side as you walk down, up over the hill and down to the beach.
Oh, yeah.
We're in a two-storey block of units.
Yeah.
The bottom unit. And I used to walk the kids to the beach because it wasn't far down to the beach. And we'd spend the day just about. We'd take sandwiches and drinks and that down to the beach. Your father had got on in the car and gone over to Lismore, and he was doing the lift in the hospital over in Lismore.
Well, there you go.
So
Bit of
Jenny
history.
And Michael ended up with a suitcase full of shells. It was great. Yeah.
Local Woolies we've shopped at a lot of times.
Playing the sand dunes, sliding down the sand dunes, walking on rocks and swimming in the little place where they had it all, you know, like a little swimming pool. They had it all netted off with the ocean. And we used to, three of us used to swim in there and play around in the water.
That was before my time.
Oh yeah.
You weren't having a sparkle on your dad's eye.
He was only about 4 when we first came here. We were here 3 months. We were living in St Mary's. Jean was probably about 7 or something like that.
So I don't know if you can hear my mum in the back of the car, but she lived up here for 3 months when my older brother and sister were only babies. It was before I was even thought of. But she used to go down to the beaches with them, and they collected a suitcase full of shells.
3 months.
This is the caravan park we were at for 3 months.
And that's our caravan
Close
site.
to town.
And where
Brown
that brown 4-wheel drive is, oh no, we were this side of the brown 4-wheel drive.
Oh,
We were on this little corner block there.
nice.
And we used to walk over there to the boat ramp.
Go fishing.
Then we'd go fishing and watch sunsets, and we'd walk along here, and you got a couple of fish out of there, didn't you? Yeah, so anyway, and when Mum was living up here with my brother and sister for 3 months, my father built, what was he doing, Mum? He worked on the lifts while they were building Lismore Hospital.
Service lift.
So he installed the service lift in the hospital there at Lismore many years ago. What would that be, about 45? No, more. 55 years ago. 50 at least.
Yeah, it was before you were born. You were born when I was 32. Before then.
Yeah. So
Back when Michael was about 4, and he's, what, 7-year-old year anyway.
yeah. So a long time ago that happened.
We've got to work down that straight
It
tomorrow.
wasn't the town that it is now.
It was only a little village back then.
And then we go over the bridge,
This
Ballina.
is the bridge where a lot of, if you read you probably have, up at the old cemetery, a lot of the children and the parents died because they used to have to swim across this creek. There was no bridge here years ago,
Oh.
and because they'd never learned how to swim, they would drown.
Ah, shit. So that's the spit down there.
Long before we came up, there was a bridge, a little wooden bridge there that John and I
They got a shop here too. They
had that
did
big spit bridge there. And there was none of these houses over here.
Yeah.
No, it was so different.
And
It's home.
this is where we are for 4 nights, I think. So where do we go?
Exit only. Exit only. Entry. Reception. Just do us for a couple of nights. Coming up past the big broad.
Heading into Ballina.
big prawn, a giant crustacean. You know you're in ballina when you see the big prawn.
That's Chris Rea. All the years before that with Dance With Me, and it's 10 minutes to 3, and it's 10 minutes to news time. I just want to let you know that there's a continued refugee family here. The surf contest on the Gold Coast this weekend, but he's got cleared down.
Have they redone it?
I think that the best way to do that.
When we left home the first time, my darling mum there set us a challenge to find all the big things in Australia. Because her and my dad did 3 laps around, so she's full of knowledge. She's our go-to.
Things have changed since then, darling.
Oh, you still know a lot. You've seen more than us still.
It's about 20 years ago, 30 years ago actually, that we went for our first trip around Australia.
Just give them a little bit of a note.
Was it 30 years ago?
Yeah. I was 52 and I was 49.
Shit.
For our first trip around Australia.
And that's the one years we're working and took 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. Picking oranges, working in vineyards, working on properties, hotels, cleaning, malls, working in malls, cutting down bananas. It was great.
So that's where we get our inspiration from, my mum and dad.
We had friends with a couple who were orange pickers too, a man and a woman, and that's all they did all their life. They moved all over the country picking whatever was available. In the paddocks, picking up pumpkins, potatoes, in orchards, wherever there was work, and they followed around everywhere.
We could have a crack at that.
Yeah. And you just travel forever and ever and ever. Stacks of work. They used to work in the cotton fields,
Yeah,
plucking the cotton.
yeah, just followed the harvest trail all year. So we were in Ballina probably this time, what, 2 years ago?
This time now.
That was the first time we left. We were going to head north, but then we ran into the nasty thing called COVID, which locked everybody down and the whole country come to a standstill.
We got locked
So
in for 3 months.
we were stuck here for 3 months, which was no big deal for us because we had plenty of work. We were on contract then. So that was good, but by the time we got let out, it was coming into winter, so that's why we took off down and started doing Victoria.
It's coming in the summer.
Oh yeah, it was coming into summer. So we had winter up here. Main Street, Ballina.
Oh, it's grown.
Hmm?
It's grown since I lived here.
This is just the edge of town.
Michael and Jeannie were around here.
This is just the edge of town.
Yeah.
Goes all the way back.
Yeah, there was nothing here hardly. John and I lived up.
This is the edge of town. The main shopping centre's that way. And it's as
We
big
lived
as...
up near the cemetery. Here we go. 'Cause I was 50 years ago. 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 50 ye
Cape York's end game on this trip for July. We'll be there. Already booked it in. Cooktown. Can't wait.
Tourist Drive 22. There's one of our brown signs.
Well, I'm going to have to get you to help me understand exactly what happened.
That's new. That wasn't there last time.
The big bridge. They were working on it last time we were here.
Been a long while since I've been.
Right, you're right, kick it.
It's a long ago it is.
Well, this is the old bridge.
No, the old bridge, but this new one wasn't here. Last time we were on this one.
Yeah.
Crossing the mighty Clarence River.
Factory over there, right on the river. So it's the Clarence River.
Oh, isn't it?
The other bridge is, yeah, it's enormous. For the boats, because this bridge opens and closes to let the sailing boats through. So that one now is higher to let the masts. Yeah, factory. Sugar factory. It's called a sugar refinery.
Where everybody should go from the field. Through they should be. Not that one. One up 30 is here at left hand side.
Yeah.
Applying is easy. Visit the website and provide a few details. Info financeeasy.com.au or call 1300 003 003. Australian license number 39218.
Heading back onto the motorway.